Hey everybody, welcome to Cardboard Commander. My name is Jerry, and today we're doing an unboxing, and it's a little different type of unboxing as we're doing a science fiction game, Undaunted 2200 Callisto from Osprey Games, a game designed by David Thompson and Trevor Benjamin. I'm a big science fiction guy, really do like some of the stuff. I've just never played many games with it, and I've liked the idea of the Undaunted series, so when I saw this on sale at a game store in Kansas City last weekend, I thought I would give it a try. So let's unbox it and see what it's all about. So first of all, the artwork's beautiful. It's going to look great on a shelf. Look at that spine. We're going to flip this over and look at the back of the box. Basically, it says, tensions have risen between the conglomerate of Earth's leading corporation that funded the base and the mining collective tasked with operating it. Protests have erupted, strikes been called, and contracts broken. Private security forces have been hired, industrial mining vehicles repurposed for combat, and long disused military mechs rewoken. The battle for Callisto is about to begin. It's time to choose your side. So, card-driven game. There's 4 double-sided boards, 1 rule book, a solo rule book, 135 cards, 70 tokens, and 12 dice in this game. It says it's for anybody over 14 years of age, 45 to 60 minutes, 1, 2, or 4 players, and it's great for solo. So we're going to check this out. Let's open the box. Sorry, it's a little overcast outside, and I usually use it for my light, but we're going to open it up. Again, the box is very, very sturdy and very firm. The first thing that we see are some of the counter sheets. And these are, I tell you, one of the things about these Euro type games is they sure know how to make components. And so looking at this, so these are all the player markers, and there's some other type of markers here. Looks like some buildings. I know these are doors by reading some of the things in the rules. We'll look at these others. So these are some of the mechs that are involved. So these punch out, and they use stand-up counters to stand them up. And then there's some solo use counters here, some counters for civilians. One of the cool things about this game is the map boards. So there's 4 of these. And what's really cool about these map boards is they are front and side. They're front and side, you can use them. But they also have, look at that. The boards have all the scenario information written down here. And the boards are just beautiful. There's little icons in each one of these. Looks like there's a bridge right there. But just some really nice looking boards. And like I said, double-sided. So you can, look at that. That is just a really nice looking board. And they all have the scenarios right on the boards themselves, which is really pretty cool. But the boards are beautiful. They've also thought about, check this out, there's a little thing here in the corner so you can pull out, they haven't squared them off, so you can pull the boards out without having to struggle with them. Look at that, folks. Look how pretty that is. Just a really nice looking board. Again, all the scenario information right there on the boards themselves. I'm really looking forward to getting this out and getting this on. Look at that. It's just really, really pretty board. So there's 4 of those. And like I said, each one of them's got the scenarios written right on them, kind of showing you a little bit of each one. There looks like there's some land, and there looks like there's some maybe spaceship stuff. So that's kind of cool. Again, I'll have to look at it. I haven't looked much at it, but look at that board. It looks like a little community there. But just really nice looking board. When we get to the rest of the box, the first thing we come to is the scenario book. So let me take these and put these over here. The scenario book, it's a glossy cover, almost like a comic book. Just the illustrations are beautiful. There's a little story here called The Fight of Callisto. There's scenarios and some campaign play. They say that you could play the scenarios back to back to back for a large campaign. Tells you what the starting deck looks like. Cards. Scenario 1, we'll take it by force if we have to. And it looks like that's a scenario card, and that's kind of something that's there to take a look at. And so these are just scenarios, and I think these are scenarios for 2-player games. And again, this book is just full of scenarios. There is 24 pages. There's actually some campaign tables here, so you can keep tabs of your entire campaign. So really nice looking book there. Then you have the rule book, and the rule book is good for 2 to 4 players. And again, same type of material. When you open this up, it basically gives you a little welcome, and then it kind of walks you through everything, the components, talks about all the pieces. It breaks down the components in details, talks about combat cards, command cards, interference cards. Talks about the board spaces, goes into depth about those, talks about the bridges on the ships. There's tokens and other little playing pieces. That's how I knew the door. I happened to read that on one of the websites I was watching. Then it talks about setup, where to set up, how to get your deck started. Then how to play starts on page 14. So it basically tells you how to draw cards, determine initiative, and then it goes through the actions of the cards. And let's see, what's the rest of this? It's got combat actions, gives you an example. So really the rules are about 6 pages, and then it gives you some big examples, and then rules for 4 players. So looks like it should be pretty easy to get into. There's a quick reference guide for 2 players right there. So looks like it should be able to get into the game pretty quickly. And then we come to the solo booklet, and it's really nice. It's same type of material, but it looks like there's 64 pages in there. And let's see what that looks like. So it's got a little harder cover than the other books have. And then it basically tells you about how to use the book, and tells you how to play solo. Tells you how the bot works and how that's going to work through the game. Solo-specific terminology. Kind of goes through all that stuff for you. How to run the bot. Then there's a solo play example. Then there's a whole bunch of scenarios. So we'll flip through those pretty quickly. Yeah, this whole book's full of scenarios. So one of the cool things about this too is they've got this little reference card in the back. So bot reference card, so whatever scenario you're playing, you can just fold it over and kind of keep it available for you. So that's really kind of cool. And again, just tons and tons of material, very well put together. I'm really excited to get this on the table. Let's take a look. Comes with a bunch of dice. So looks like some 8 10-siders and some 6-siders. And then there's some stands for some of the mechs to use that stand up on the board. It comes with its own little counter tray that are custom fit to each of the counters. So that's kind of cool. Then we'll take a look at the cards. I'm just going to look at one deck. So the cards are very well done, beautifully made, got some great graphics on them. So we'll pull out, there's a gunner, a commander, navigator, you know, just some really nice looking cards in here. There's an interference card. I know the numbers up here are for initiative, but just some really nice looking cards. These are for the LFA cards, and then there's the other cards which are yellow. But again, and these are very nicely done. They'll do well with card sleeves, just really nicely thought out. Let's take a look at these. Then we have the other card. So here's a nail gunner, and then we have a hewer. Again, I don't know what any of this stuff means. There's a blaster. We've got a hauler, which I figure is like a truck driver, but for space. And then some interference cards. So really neat looking cards in the game. I'm excited to get this on the table. This is going to get on the table pretty quickly. I want to read through the rules, and I'll be doing a playthrough. I'll probably play it right here instead of doing it on Vassal. I kind of like the idea of setting it up on the table and playing it out right here. So again, the boards are just beautiful, but I'll do a playthrough and kind of walk you through all of this when I get it all set up. I know it's a little different than what I'm used to playing, but I'm really excited to get it on the table. I'm really excited to try something different. So if you get a chance, have you guys played this? Have you played any of the Undaunted? I may have to buy some of those if I like this, but for now, we're going to try Undaunted 2200 Callisto. Until next time, everybody, hey, if you like what you see, do all that YouTube stuff, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, be safe, be kind, and happy wargaming, everybody. Take it easy.